here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first video we are doing here at the Urban Online Show 2026, and I'm allowed to say Happy New Year. So today, we are going to be doing something different for the first episode. I'm going to be doing a couple of recapping for 2025, but also there are a few questions that have been written down for me that I'll be answering. So there'll be more of recapping for the show, how the urban online show has been, and I'm seeing some personal questions also. So we are going to be going through that together so that we see how the year has been. We started the show last year in June, around there, last year in June to this time. So we're going to see since then up to now what has worked, what has not worked, what are some of the highlights that you've been experiencing. And yeah, so there are questions that I'll be reading from here, but there are questions that I'll be asked from behind the camera, and I hope you get to learn and enjoy. So before that, please subscribe, share, like, and comment on how you feel about starting the year, because me is when I'm starting the year actually. So do you want me to start with
Yeah, so you have two sets of questions
yes.
there, and we would love to know a few personal things
Mm,
besides you hosting. Yeah, so
okay,
let's
now.
get into quick rounds.
So the first one from here is asking the urban online show. Okay, I think this is about the name, the urban online
Yeah.
show. Then the question is, am I born and raised in the urban areas? Really?
Are you?
Okay. You people should ask my sister where I was born, but I wasn't born in urban area. I think I was born in up country, Ushago. But I was partly raised in urban areas because I schooled in urban areas. So from class 3 to class 8 in urban. So yeah, so I wasn't born in urban areas,
But
but I
raised
was
in urban
raised,
areas.
yeah,
Good.
kind of.
Next, what do you have there?
Okay, the next one is favorite childhood memory in one word. I don't have childhood memories. Frankly, my childhood was not childhood. I think I grew up so fast. So I don't have like childhood memories, but I could think of whew, some dark ones, but those ones I won't say.
Okay,
Yeah.
so no childhood
Yes,
memories.
yes.
Next.
The next question is asking if I'm a morning person or a night. I'm neither. I'm not a morning person. I'm not a morning person per se. I'll go with the night all part. But when need be for me to be up in the morning, I'll definitely be up in the morning. But if I have an option of not getting up, I'll take that. Yes.
Good.
The next one, my go comfort food. Don't judge me, guys. But I'll eat ugali anytime.
In the morning.
In the morning, like anytime, anytime. As much as right now I'm struggling with eating food because I've been sick, but I'll eat ugali anytime. So ugali with either any accomplishment, but ugali fish. My last name is Okoth, so. Um, uh,
Next. Uh,
ever traveled solo? What does that mean? Traveled
Alone, just taking
for what?
traveling.
There are different purposes. I've traveled solo when like, yes, yes, but not for like vacation kind of.
I think by traveling here we mean that one where you just go somewhere and you spend time alone and
Spend time
yeah.
alone.
Not
Yeah.
not like you're going to school and then you're in the bus alone. No.
No, maybe this ones I'll count when I'm going to see my grandmother. Because those are times when I just want, because when I'm with my grandmother, I just rest. Like,
Okay.
yeah, so.
But that's now with your grandmother, not
Yes.
solo.
So I go alone. Like,
No.
oh, like solo means
Like solo
traveling
means
alone
the
and then
entire
staying.
vacation is just you.
No, not really.
No, not really.
Yeah.
Okay. So no. Okay.
No. Hidden talent. Really? You came up with this question?
No, why should I? We got them from people.
Okay. Hidden talent.
And why are you now looking for someone who asked this one?
Because okay, I know. Okay, my hidden talent is hidden talent. What does a hidden talent mean? Something people don't know, or
I know there is the word talent there, but I'm
yes,
more interested on the hidden
yes.
part.
That's what I'm asking. Like something people don't know.
Yeah, something you're good at, but maybe
I
you
can
don't know.
sing.
You can sing.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
But I sang like seriously kitambo sana.
Mm.
Yes, but I can sing. If I go back, I
Gospel,
can sing.
choir.
I used gospel. I'm raised well by there. I used to sing in church.
Really?
People who know. There are people that are going to see and then they're going to know. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Singer we have in the room. Next.
Mm, favorite book genre. How is
Genre,
that
yeah.
word pronounced? I don't want my English teacher to watch this and say I don't like motivational books to start with. So good books, like good books about life. I don't even know the category of books. Like, so give me a category. Like how are books categorized?
Okay, so within nonfiction, maybe realities,
Yeah,
life
reality,
realities, and
investigative. Yeah,
okay,
life kind of. Yes,
good. Romantic novels,
romantic novels. I've not read. Okay,
any?
there's one I read, Kitambo. Yeah, only one. I don't know
Okay,
why I've not.
good, good.
Am I a pet lover? No. Good no, good no. But I'd,
Uh-huh.
I'd love to have a dog sometime.
Uh,
Not now. In the near future.
uh,
Dream vacation spot. This year I want to go to Cape Town. Please.
why are you saying Aki as if it depends on someone else?
No, it depends on not someone else. I'm just
Mfuko.
saying. Yes, it depends on Fuka. I'm saying
Uh,
Haki so that it how serious it is. It's serious, guys.
yeah.
Superpower wish. It varies, but sometimes I wish I could be invisible.
Hey,
There's
usionekane.
a dark reason for that. I won't say.
Okay.
Yeah. Was 2025 your best year yet for the show? I will say it was because it's when we started. I started the show a visual because we are doing a podcast, an audio only podcast that we are putting on Spotify. But it was best taking a step to start recording now and posting on YouTube and being consistent and exploring and learning. But I wouldn't say it's the best in terms of what you want to achieve with the show. So it's best, and yes, because it's when we started. So starting something takes like a lot of it takes a lot of you need to
Yeah,
start
I
something.
mean, more of you saying it was good, but you can't
Yes.
say whether it's the best because
Yeah.
it's our first and
Yeah,
we
it's
still
our
have
first. Yeah.
a long way to go.
Because someone
Good.
will hear me saying best and then they look at the subscriber and then they're like, what do you
Yeah.
mean?
Not even look at timeline. Like,
Yes,
it has
yes.
only been the
Yeah.
only
So
year,
we
so you
just
can.
started in June last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Next.
Coffee or tea before hosting? I don't like coffee. I don't like coffee. I don't like tea. You know the song? I like coffee. I don't like tea. I'm not a coffee person. I'm a tea person, but it depends with sometimes. So I go with tea there.
You go with the
Tea,
tea.
yeah.
So, maybe is that what you do like before a show
Before a
or
show,
yeah?
taking tea, no.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no, no, no. I don't take tea before the show. Because most of the shows we record in the morning and I don't like taking tea in the morning.
Okay.
Second, yeah. Weird, right? Any okay, now this is asking rituals I do before hosting. Rituals. I can't say the rituals.
You need. Do you have one?
Yes, I do. But it's
What do
not
you do before
it's not
shows?
always like during the when I get into the studio, it's before like if I'm going because mostly we record on Friday. So on Thursday night. Like but I won't say what I do. But now when come to this
Tutajua,
when
tutajua. We will know one
when
of
I
these
come
fine
to the
days.
studio, this is something I started doing with the guests, but not like personal, but with the guests. So before going into what you're going to talk about, before like the cameras are on and stuff, just ask a random question on what is ongoing, so that we create that ease of,
Yeah.
yeah, because most of the time I don't normally share, like, we don't have
Questions,
questions or
guidelines. Yeah.
scripts or what you're going to discuss. So normally I just tell the guest you are going to talk about this topic, and then wao wanakuja tu hivyo without knowing any questions. So for me to ease that, I normally just ask a random of something that is happening really, really different for what you're going to talk about, so that we just have a conversation.
Yeah, yeah. And I also think building relationships with guests is
Yes.
also important. So
Yeah.
some of the guests, we see them first time when they
Yes.
come for the show, but
Yeah.
we would love to know them because they're interesting
Yeah.
people. So
So I do that before, like,
good.
we start. Yeah. Hey, this is the last part of the questions.
Yeah, I assume.
Yeah, it is
Okay.
of this first set, because
Yes.
yeah, I'm
Yes.
seeing I'm back to number one. Okay. Favorite urban spot in the city. I'm not really an outdoor person per se, so I've not explored.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Ever hosted an episode in pajamas? You know the answer to that, yeah. Why? Why did someone ask this question though? No, this question.
We were surprised.
You know I
Next.
haven't, because now where is that episode? And
Anyway.
why will I host? Okay, maybe this year will be more interesting. We'll do some crazy stuff like that.
It will be nice.
Yes, that will mean we'll be recording the episode either very early in the morning or at night. Because, yeah.
Or you're just late and you don't have time to dress
Yeah,
up and
yeah,
the guest is
But where the studio is and where I stay, I can't come in pajamas.
pajamas ndani ya
Yeah.
super
Okay.
metro.
This is like a
Which
quick
makes
one.
me want to ask, Kwani, how does your pajamas look like?
They're cute ones. by the
Then
way.
why not? You just
Like traveling from Wednesday to, like, hey, with the
Next.
pajamas, people. Okay, we'll try. We'll see. A quick one. Emoji for 2025. There's an emoji I created.
You created an
Yes.
emoji.
Yes. When we installed the latest,
Yeah.
it was allowing you to create an emoji, so you can combine different emojis to create one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Watch this episode. You'll see it there on the screen.
Yes, I'll try and we show it. Yes.
Can you demonstrate how it looks like?
I can't.
Funny
really.
faces.
It's a combination of, you know, that joyly face emoji with a love kind of emoji on it. So it's, I don't know.
We'll see it.
Yeah.
We'll see it.
I don't
Okay,
know.
next.
Am I ready to spill some behind the scenes secrets? What does spilling the secrets means? It may be me saying them or people seeing them. Because there are some videos
We will do some editing to do. But for now, is there any that you would like to tell us?
Yes. And maybe my Anthony will credit this before starting.
Yeah.
Guys, before
Man.
I start just saying, like, introducing, I take like almost
It's annoying.
annoying.
It's annoying.
So mtazoea tu. People behind see that sometimes it's annoying, sometimes like they don't have a choice. Yeah, it depends. The last question.
Okay, last. Okay.
The last one. Any regrets from 2025 in terms of
I mean, episode recording, generally either
about the
personal
show or
life
personal?
both.
Okay, I wouldn't say I've had regrets, because you know what regrets means, but to say lessons, right? You know, when you do something and you don't turn out you wanted, you don't regret it, because you did it anyway. You learn from it. So I don't have any regrets, either personal or on the show, but I have lessons from 2025. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not answering that now because I saw that question in the next set of cards lessons. So
Yeah. For you, it was just a yes or no.
Yeah.
I like
I don't
the
have regrets.
I like the aspect of
Personally,
regrets.
I've
Yeah.
never had regrets in life, because I don't view them as regrets, especially if it's something that I did and planned doing, unless it happened like accidentally and like, Yeah, but if it's something I'd planned and it did and it didn't turn out well, I won't regret it.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Good. Good.
That was good, right? I
Yeah.
hope now you know me.
No,
My
no, we
secrets are
still have
all
some
out.
more questions. We still
No,
have
now.
Okay. As I said, today
Yeah.
the interviewer becomes the interviewee.
I've been really longing to sit on
Yeah.
this seat.
This seat.
Yeah.
It's always comfy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's different
Where
from
I
the one you
sit. Yeah.
sit from. Yeah. Um do you think there is a possibility that someone still don't know your name?
Yeah.
Yeah. So who are we speaking to?
My name is June.
Yeah, and maybe someone just knows that. That is
That
June.
is okay. Just know me like that. I prefer. Okay, my
Maybe
name.
want to know you more.
All my names. No, just my name. My name is June Alfred. My first name is Brenda. Basi. No, hiyo nimesema finally. It's out there. It's out there, guys. Okay, my name
what
is
we are
Brenda.
looking for here is
Here, my
okay.
name, so that you can try and send me money and see.
Really?
My name is Brenda June Okoth Alfred, but I use June Alfred mostly. Yeah, that's my
And
name.
anything beyond your name that would introduce you? Like who are you?
Who I am? I'm a girl. I'm just a girl. I'm literally just a girl that loves speaking but not speaking too much, speaking when it's necessary. A girl that loves learning and putting it out there what other people may not understand, especially in the life of young people. And also a girl that loves lone times. I mean, I don't like, I'm not a social person. I've been struggling with that in 2025, where some of my colleagues say that I should try social life, but I've been struggling with that. So that is who I am. A girl that loves writing. I'm a poet, by the way. Hidden talent. I can do
Hidden
poetry.
talent.
Yes, hidden talent. I can do
Nice.
poetry. Yeah. I'm a leader.
I feel like you're listing them.
See, because you're not asking me the next question, you just want me to. Nikiendelea hivi, I'll spill a lot of secrets about my. So let me just.
But you get where we're coming from.
Yeah.
We have known this girl that we have been seeing, and we don't know really much about.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a media enthusiast. That's why I also in the podcast. I love uncovering stories, exploring, and just putting it out there what is happening, especially now in areas that are not normally given the limelight. That now I mean the informal settlements. That's why the first year, the first months of the urban online show focused on Madare, if you've noticed or not. Yeah.
Good, good, good. So 2025 is just coming to an end, and we are starting 2026.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And you've been working on a lot, one of which, of course, has been building this. You said started in June.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll want to have a rundown of how just things started, how they went on, and how they're going so far. But how would you describe your year in one word? Do you have a word that could just summarize that into
One word.
Yeah.
One word. I'll say learning.
Learning.
Yes.
Learning.
Yes.
That's been a learning
2025 has
spree.
been a year of learning. And
Learning
learning
spree.
both like learning people, learning, just learning generally. Let me just stop at there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Good. Now let's get into it, yeah? Tell us, how has it been? How was the journey? How was the starting? How was, yeah?
So I started envisioning such kind of platform of conversation kitambo. And there's a time also when I had posted a conversation on my WhatsApp, there's a friend of mine, kitambo, that I was discussing. We were discussing this kind of like conversations with him, and was like, it would be good if you start this kind of, don't make it this differently. At that point, I was talking because he was like interested in it, and I was telling him. But then now when he saw me doing it, it's like, you've really actualized it. This is something we talked about back around in, I think, 2023. And now coming to put it together, it's something that has not been like one step. So the journey has not been easy because the kind of setup we have here that you people don't see, it we actually didn't start like once because we needed, when I said we started with an audio, it means we didn't have like enough cameras that we wanted to use. So we had audio equipments like the mics, the, what is that thing called, the one we had first,
Zoom S6.
Zoom something that you were using, and so you were just doing audio and then posting on Spotify. But we had envisioned having putting live to the stories that we are telling, so that somebody can see the person who's telling the stories, and also giving a view of what you're talking about. Because at that time we were focusing on telling stories of informal settlements, because also apart from that I work in the community, so just telling stories of informal settlements and young people and challenging that norm. And so it was very, very interesting if we could put vision and life to those stories. So we started slowly acquiring different equipment that we needed, acquiring different people. That was the hardest part. Let me tell you. That's why I say 2025 was about learning people. Because
Yeah.
in the process of getting people to work with, because we needed production, because like you can't, yeah, you need people behind the camera, people editing, people doing stuff a lot, because we really needed a good show, like a professional kind of show that will look good and that require people. But getting people was not that easy, not because of negative things, but the alignments of what you want, how you want to do them, and also at the beginning not being able to pay those people the kind of money they want. So it has been a struggle, but we're able to get people that were also buying into the vision of what we're doing, and they were like, yeah, we can
Yeah.
do this. So that has been the journey, and also now getting people to speak. For I remember the first time when we started um reaching out to people, because now we've worked with different people, you know which person is good in this particular area. That was us after coming up with the different segments that we want to have, and also getting people to help us work. It was not easy because of certain reasons, but we are grateful because at the end of it all, we were able to get people that you are aligning with. But also, young people and moving and opportunities. We get people, and then they get other opportunities. They move. So, yes.
Yeah, I mean, just having a workforce behind the podcast is very difficult, especially while you're dealing with young people.
Yes.
And it goes from everything you've mentioned, from amount to pay them, the opportunities that they may get. Because we are always praying that, of course, young people get
Yeah,
opportunities.
yeah.
But if they do, how do you remain like,
Yeah.
yeah. You've mentioned something about your work in the community. And for me, my next quest will be for the short period that you've been, which is kind of long right now,
Yeah.
that you've been recording. Have you seen like impact of your work in support of what you've been doing in the community? By your work, I mean your podcast, supporting what you've been doing in the community.
Yeah, 100%. Because one of the things I do in the community, or we say envision for when working in the community, it's making sure that young people in the formal settlements have a voice, and whatever they are doing, the innovations that they are doing are being seen in different aspects. The stories that I have are seen and are documented. So having a podcast and bringing young people to share their stories and what they have been able to do, it's part of what we've been trying to do in the community. And because now we couldn't get big media houses to come and cover them, at least this one works for them, because people are also able to see the kind of work they're doing. And I could see in some of the episodes that you're doing, you get people interacting with the content they're doing. They're doing a good job, nini, stuff like that. But I haven't reached that level of great impact, because I'll be really happy if we get to do an episode with a certain group of young people or a young person in the community about what they are doing, and then they get big recognition or they even get funding from that, that will be really
Yeah, but
exciting.
you know, small
But
wins,
for now,
small
I will
wins.
say,
Yeah,
because I've seen people interacting with their content, maybe just
yeah,
telling them what they're doing is
yeah.
good, just commenting what they should do or stuff like that, which is also an impact.
Yeah, we could point out morale. I think I've seen them share some of the things
Yes, and
when they come to the show.
yeah,
They go back when they're very proud that at least they've got a chance.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Now, we have mentioned some of these. Yeah, several things that you have seen come up. Is there a specific one? Because my next thing will be: is there a defining moment of 2025 that you say, Ava, that one was,
Defining
yeah,
moment
that was something. Yeah,
with the show.
yeah. And by defining, simply that was something.
Me personally,
Yeah,
my first episode was something because I'd
yeah.
my first guest, grateful to Meshach. I don't know how I came to have Meshach in mind as a guest, because I remember the first episode we were talking about was on governance, leadership and governance. I don't I don't it's that I can't even remember. And when I thought of Meshach, I didn't even know he was going to come. And he was also so excited. And you know that was the first
Yeah.
podcast episode I was going to do, and I wanted it to be like perfect. It's the first I thank God that, but then we had like someone professional, someone behind the camera, so that was not a problem. But how am I going to interact with Meshach to make it interesting, to make him want to also come back and share
And
the
he made it very easy.
yes.
Yeah.
And Meshach was a easy person. Like he loves such kind of conversations, which also made me to realize, well, getting guests, I should get guests that talk about things that they love in the area that they're doing, not just someone to come and talk about anything. So that was a defining moment, because getting that, and for me it was perfect being the first episode. It is the first one, Uko Chini. Being the first episode, having that conversation, it was a good one. It set the bar for the next conversations. Yeah, that one was a defining moment. Um, Another one was, we were used to sitting down with the guest, but there's a time we carried the studio to Kibera to document a story. Not necessarily like kind of document a story of an organization that we work, like not necessarily, yes, an organization that is doing incredible work in Kibera, the Kibera Joy Initiative organization in Kibera. So carrying the entire studio, moving to Kibera and getting, and that was, it wasn't like a normal sit down, because we were documenting what they were doing, interviewing the different
The
staff that
team.
they're working with, the team, and it was just something, that one. And then the last one was covering the International Day of the Girl Child with the Plan International, that was themed "Let Me Be a Child, Not a Wife," sorry, on ending child marriage. So the first thing we did, we had stories of girls in Madare about child marriage, girls that have experienced child marriage, either by themselves or
Which
seen.
was also an episode, by the
Yes,
way.
which was an episode. So it was an entire episode of conversations, and we bought like a man, one man in the middle, because we didn't want it. Yes, so that it becomes a conversation, because ending child marriage is a responsibility of all of us, right? So it was a good conversation that we had. And then now covering it up special when we were having the storytelling session in Mudaiga, Windsor Hotel, so covering how that entire nini went. So such kind of special episodes were like yes,
Also interesting.
yeah, yeah,
As
yeah.
as that evolved, what
But
are you
also
looking? Yeah.
also also I've remembered, though this one we didn't post it on YouTube, we posted it on Spotify. The episode we did with the radio hosts from Denmark. You remember
Yeah.
those two ladies? It was very interesting. I wish at that time we had started doing live videos, because it was fun, just having experience on what it likes for them hosting in Denmark and seeing how we host here in Kenya. particularly. So yeah, those were the
I know people have been
subdividing.
asking about those episodes. What we will try and do is try and get them and then post them as videos
Yeah.
too for people. Because when you tell someone no, go to Spotify and all that, I
Yeah,
realize it's very
we'll
difficult
try
for
and
yeah.
get
We'll
that.
try and
Yeah.
find them and
Yeah, yeah.
put them somewhere where they're accessible.
Yes.
Yeah. Milestones. You know, we have defining moments and we have those milestones where you said
Yes.
this is an achievement,
Yeah.
which I think starting from just where you've left, that one, the first episode was a big milestone. Yeah,
For me, that was a very
a
big
big milestone.
milestone.
Is there any that you can point out?
Another episode.
No, a
Another milestone.
milestone. Yeah, because that was like from point A to point B. So those moments that you think you've moved from point A to point B.
Okay. First, like I said, moving from Spotify to YouTube,
Yeah, that
that's a
was a big.
milestone,
That was a
right?
big one.
Yeah, that was a big milestone. Also, when you moved, having regular uploads of episode, like every
Yeah,
Monday.
I didn't know that until I was like taking stock and I realized we did almost, if you look at our numbers, we did almost two
Yeah.
episodes per month.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
and we started almost June, July.
we started in
June,
June.
yeah.
June, yes. Having to do episodes and make sure they are up every Monday.
Yeah.
And it's not like this is the only thing we are doing.
Yeah,
This is the
we're
only
doing
thing
a lot
I'm
of
doing. So yeah. And especially at that time when we were starting the podcast, we were like doing a lot of things, God knows. So having to commit and just I remember there's a time no, let me just give this. There's a time we were supposed to upload the regular uploading an episode like by Monday. And then it's like Sunday and we're trying to upload. Then Anthony says video make attack.
Yeah,
You remember? And we try, and it's like I'm trying to tell him just sleep so that we can try again tomorrow. And my cue, it's like around 2 or 12, and he's like, "No, this video has to be up."
yeah.
So
And there's something about uploading stuff on
yes,
YouTube. I
sometimes
don't know.
it just refused. So we did everything, like everything, and I was like, me, I'd given up, and I was like, man, this
Yeah.
is this one time, and it was like, no, siezi lala if this episode is not out. So the consistency of
It was
production,
among the first episodes, so we just
yeah,
had
we were
to.
just figuring it out. Of that, another milestone is getting um guests that are compatible with what you want to talk about. I don't know, and also I don't know if you've seen, but in most, especially on topics that are social or are the community, we were able to get guests that are well aligned with those topics, and it made it easy to have a conversation and to have a good conversation. That is, yeah. So that's also milestone, but also being able to cover some of episodes that revolved around personal lives of different guests. So them agreeing to
To
talk
share
about
that.
to share their personal stories. I remember when the episode on arrested but not, how was it called, that we did, and the one we did with Kerry on his political and business areas, and the one we did with now her name is going on a journey with
I think
teenage.
they've done several of
Yes.
personal
So getting
stories.
people to open up about their personal stories, that has also been a milestone because it's not been easy. Yeah.
Talking of getting people that would speak to a topic that you have chosen, what was that thing that motivated these topics? Like, how did you? What is there something that inspires selection of topics?
So one, when we started, I wanted topics that align with what we are doing in the community so that
Yeah.
we also get a chance to more of
Mainstream some of the work
mainstream
we are
some of the
doing.
work that you've been doing in the community and some of the challenges that young people face in the community. So one, what inspired the topics was we wanted to showcase what you're doing in the community, and two, what is affecting young people in urban settlements. So we were looking at what you're doing in the community and what is affecting in the urban settlements, and looking at urban settlements generally. So anything urban settlements, so lifestyle, um, education, anything. So our topics were geared by those three things. Yeah.
Interesting. Now we are talking about episodes. Let's get deeper into some of these episodes and see some of the episode highlights that we
Okay.
have.
I'll,
And if you're listening to this and you also have maybe something that you feel was an highlight, this is the time to comment down there.
yeah, sure.
So among the 2025 episodes, which one stood out?
Stood out. I say the first one,
The
right?
first one.
The first one.
Okay, that one was
Yes.
definitely
And
a
then
bang,
the one we did with Collins on his arrest and because Collins is a colleague of ours that we work with, right? And getting to know him at that point, because there are things he was saying, and I was like, Colo, really? Yeah. So those ones, I just need to check to confirm because we've done like 54 episodes since. So also that, and then there's one we did on what was sorry, um, uncomfortable truth about waste
yeah.
in Nairobi. Why this is one interesting. We've been doing projects in Madare about waste management with young people, and I've never looked at it that deep the way the guest at that point looked at it. And the fact that it was challenging, the fact that people see waste as an opportunity, but really is it an opportunity looking at the policies and the Kenya that we are in, is it really an opportunity? So challenging, when you can really believe in something, but there is something that is preventing that thing from being something.
It's called wishful thinking.
Yes, and nobody's talking about them. And Maki is in the waste industry. It's not like it's something that someone that is coming to.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yes.
Because when going through that episode, you realize that a lot of things that we will do, we are talking about are things that we would want, but are they
But
really? So,
yes.
for example, the statement, "Taka ni mali."
I remember
Je, ni mali kweli.
he even asked me that he gave an example of his friend that kept on saying taka ni mali. Then one day the friend calls him that takataka imekuja kwa mlango yangu. Then the guy is like, take it.
Ni mali.
Ni mali. So such conversation. It was a very uncomfortable conversation, especially because most young people are into waste and stuff like that, and there are things we are still not addressed as a country.
And you have to be comfortable telling them that this might not work.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then all the episodes were interesting actually.
In their own way.
All of them, and also the one we did with okay, when I don't know if when I mention the name of a guest someone gets, but let me just look at it. The one we did on the right thing versus slum realities. So this was interesting because it was looking at what we really want as a society, that like if this is what should be done, but forgetting that is not what is happening in our community.
The realities are totally different.
Yes, and we are not ready to face the reality. So for example, when you talk about teenage pregnancies and early marriages, that is not I think. But those are things that are happening. So how are we going with the real? Well, like when coming up with different initiatives or with different conversations, how do you tie them to the reality of what is happening in the community, and in this case, in the informal settlements? So that was also something that was really interesting. Yeah, and the guy guest there was saying, I really like what you're saying, that men should take like responsibility. It's a good thing, but is that what is happening in the community? Yeah.
Because a lot now comes up, including economy,
Yes.
their financial status and all that.
Yeah.
A lot of conversations came out very strongly on governance, right?
I've not even mentioned those ones.
Yeah, because those are also very interesting.
Yes.
On these discussions on governance,
Yeah.
what do you think made those discussions some of the best episodes? One specific one that is mentioned was, what do you think? Part 2, right?
Yes.
So they were very intense.
That a lot. Yeah. Intense because when you talk about governance, you talk about the government.
Kasira kanapanda.
And at that time, I don't know, at that time it was when the unfortunates had happened with the governments, with young people, and all that. So when you talk about it, you want to speak about the reality of governance and of governmentship and of politics with what you're experiencing in the community. And it becomes so painful, for lack of a better word, because I remember episodes like when talking about development, right? And when looking at what is painted out there as development and what you're seeing in your community, and was like, really, if this one could have been done, could have been more better than this. And then also realizing that the priority of the different things that are happening in governance are not what the community wants, but there is no way for the young people or the community to say that. Because there's an episode, the episode we did also with Meshach, when he was saying at that time everybody is speaking, like the government is saying young people this young people is saying,
No one is listening.
but no one is listening and giving feedback. Like there's no feedback mechanism or feedback, yes, of, because everybody's now talking, kila mtu anajitetea, everybody's saying we have done this, we have done this, but at the end of it all, it ends evil. So it was a passionate and a most crucial topics, because it was pointing to the challenges that we are facing in the community and the failures of our leaders in the community, but also with the fear of what if I say this, because at that time is where abductions were happening.
I remember one of the guests saying young people are also afraid.
Yes, young people are also afraid. Yes, actually, yes, yes, that young people are afraid, because at that time everything, and everything, like you say as a young person, hey, Gen Z's, like everything was being painted
It could
as
be taken
Gen
out
Z's.
of context,
Yes,
easily
out
taken
of context,
of
easily.
context.
So
Yeah.
that is one of the reasons why it was an intense topics at that time. I think it still is, because what
And
do you
elections
think?
are just coming up, so
Yes,
hope you have a lot of us nice
yeah,
things lined up
yes,
for
yes.
2026.
I'm looking for a lawyer though, because
Okay.
in such conversations,
Learn
yeah,
using words like
allegedly. So I want to learn terms to use, so that when I use them, they
We don't
they
realize you
can't
have
come for me.
disappeared.
Yes, yeah.
Allegedly. You talked about special editions like let me be a child and not
A wife.
a wife, and you talked of how that was also one of those interesting moments.
Yeah.
But someone would want to know about the collaboration. I know Plan International played a critical role in this.
Yeah.
So what are you looking at, or how was it with partnerships, and what are you looking at coming up in 2026 in terms of partnerships?
Terms of partnership.
Or anyone listening to this and will want to do a similar stuff?
Um, Plan International has been a partner in the different projects that we run in the community, so it was kind of easy, because we have aligned initiatives that we are doing in the community, and particularly when the campaign, because it was a campaign, the International Day of the Girl Child, that is marked on 11th October. 11th October. Yeah, it was a campaign, and when we heard of the campaign, I was like, this is something good, and we're already establishing a podcast, and we have stories in the community of young girls. And then when I approached the communication teams for Plan International, they were like, easy. I mean, what is it? They were open to having, because it's a campaign. So a campaign means a lot of people need to speak about it. Yeah. So when we said you could do episodes about that, they were like, that is very good. You can do episodes, and then we can also do different um episodes also at the show when you're doing that, so that it also becomes,
Builds up to that
it builds up
conversation.
to the conversation. So it was a good one, and it was an easy one, because we had already established partnership with Plan International in the different projects that we're doing. Also looking forward, because I know there are organizations majorly that are doing work in the community, but they don't have a way of, because let me tell you, people fear informal settlements. People that are not from informal settlements fear getting into informal settlements. But here we are, the Urban Online Show. We can get
Can do
those
this.
stories for you easily, because we've worked. Actually, the reason why it's easy is because we've worked in the community before for like a while now, and we've created the connection with the networks of young people in the community. So it's easy to get stories that people think are not people are not able to talk about, or easy to get into corners. Yeah,
Yeah.
that are not easy to get
For
into.
other
So
people
if
to, yeah.
so if there is an organization that want to highlight stories of young people in informal settlements, any kind of story, because as long as it's affecting the urban informal settlements, the urban online
Definitely
show
will have an
is
interest.
interested
Yeah.
and will cover it. So if you want those, 2026 is the time that we're looking for
More
partnerships, more
partnerships, yeah.
partnerships, more partnerships,
And
and more stories.
we also have, maybe this year we will,
What?
early arrangements of events like the International Day of,
Yes,
yeah.
actually, yeah. This year we are going to be doing, because last year we didn't. Because I
We
said
didn't plan for
we
it. We
started in
started,
June,
yeah, so
yeah.
it was
So we
just a
didn't
few.
really plan for it, and I think we thank God for plan for coming out at that time. Because if they didn't, we couldn't have
We
like
couldn't
covered
have,
it
yeah.
really, yeah. So this year, almost said next year. This year we are planning for that early so that we're able to
To
bring,
do some
yeah,
good
do
stuff.
some
So
good
if you're
stuff
out
for
there
that.
and you're planning
Yeah,
something too,
yeah.
yeah, please reach out.
Especially if you want to get into the informal settlements and you don't have like a,
Gender-based violence,
yes.
a series of episodes. One lesson from those episodes.
It's not what you think.
uh,
It's not always what you think.
I thought you would say ukiambiwa nyamaza. Anyway, yeah, please.
But
What do you think? What do you
what I
mean by,
learned from those episodes is that it's not always what you think, especially if you're not experienced gender-based violence personally. You don't, because a lot of people might say, "Why are you staying in abusive marriage? Why can't you leave? Why?"
Then you listen to the stories and you're like,
And then I'm like, no, it's not that easy. Not that easy. And then also, one thing that I've learned from the story is that there's a story.
there's always a
There's
story
always a
behind the
story.
story.
Yeah. And there are controversial stories like, now when you start to, also I realize there's a thin line between victim blaming and kind of offering justice. Because now the situations where when you start asking why didn't you, it's like you're blaming the victim.
You might think you're providing a
Yeah.
solution or
Yeah.
a way forward.
Or
yet
when you say what did you do, stuff like that. So it's a very crucial kind of topic to handle, especially if you have not experienced gender-based violence. Let me just tell you, it's not what you think. It's not always what you think. There is more to it than you might know, and that's why you were saying it's not easy as
it's not a clear cut in
yeah,
the
it's not
sand.
clear cutting.
Yeah.
But also ukiambia ndakupiga nyamaza.
That was a big lesson.
Yeah, that was a lesson for real. That was a lesson because, especially in the informal settlement, because someone might be asking, but in the informal settlements, let me just tell you,
People are
it was
frustrated.
evident. Yes, and it's very unfortunate that in some scenarios, us as girls in informal settlements, nipige. Then the guy is standing there, juu nakupiga, nipige, juu nakupiga, and then pa.
Umepigwa.
Yes, umepigwa. Then it becomes
Gender
so that
based
was
violence.
also a lesson that how some violence are triggered in informal settlement.
Sorry, I would want to get into specifics of this, and I have two which are very short. I need short answers. So, for example, what surprised you the most about people's stories? Of course, we have highlighted specific
What
things that
surprised
we
me about?
but guest stories. Is there a story you're like, hiyo sijaisikia? Is there any?
I won't say surprised. I don't know if like the guest will be comfortable. But the story we did, personally, I've never experienced suicide thoughts,
Yeah.
suicides, depression, this kind of
mental health issues.
Yeah. And when you're having that episode with Nelson on his experiences with mental and with suicides, and I was like,
someone can get to this level and you're just wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
the fact that he didn't try suicide once, 3 times.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And the fact that he was able to talk about it.
Now, the fact that we also don't know whether he's comfortable us discussing this, I'll go to the next question.
Yeah.
What about specific audience reaction? Maybe a reaction from the audience that you're like, wow, I didn't see that coming. Is there any that you have with the podcasts? So wewe record memaliza, then the audience reacts in a way and you're like, okay. Is there any?
I'm trying to read the comments in my head because I've been trying to answer them.
It could be a comment, it could be when someone watched and maybe came and talked to you personally or something
No,
like
there's
that.
the reaction. Actually, the reaction we had also when recording, and the reaction people had. People like a lot of after sharing that part, people are like in my inbox. You know what
Yeah.
then what do you think part when you say
Yeah.
men should die?
Let's go to the next. Challenges and behind the scenes, yeah? What were the biggest production challenges? We have talked about getting professionals. And the problem was not from even the professional themselves, but both sides. Like, are we able to compensate them enough?
Yeah.
Or are you even able to find
People
them?
should,
The networks.
subscribe and
Yeah.
help us because
Please, if you have someone who
we
wants
have
to.
people that are working for us here for free because we can't pay them yet.
But is there any other production challenge that you have faced? I have one in mind, very big one. But
There's a time we were
Mungu mbele.
recording an episode. Then electricity went in the middle.
Yeah,
It was like
guys.
blackout.
If you have
And
someone
then-
who can give us backup power
And then
system.
with it when it's the electricity goes, it just like once like that.
Yeah. Has it happened once or twice?
Twice.
But the first one was frightening. I think the second one we were getting used to it.
Yeah. So that one, because we don't still have like a backup plan
power,
for when electricity disappears. I know our cameras can, but we need lights and stuff like that.
It's one of the things that maybe are also making us not start going live in terms of like records.
So we want to get like a good backup so that we start going live. And the question was what?
Challenges.
Challenges.
Yeah, production challenges. Yeah.
Production challenges. Another production challenge. If you've not, we want to serve all audience, like that audience that are listening to English, Swahili. So most of the time we try to make our conversation in English. But we also need to make sure our guests are comfortable. So we end up blending or having conversations that are purely, because we are working in informal settlements, right? You don't expect to tell someone you have to speak English. So they have to speak in the language they understand. But we've not hacked the art of, how do you call it, transcribing kind of, like so that it becomes easy. Because editing has been a lot for us, because our production person got an opportunity Anto
alituacha vibaya. Alituacha vibaya.
Anthony just left hivyo tu. And okay,
usiharibu jina
no, siharibu. It was not planned. Like it's not you can say I'm going to leave in 2 weeks, but with Anthony he didn't know, like, okay, he had he knew he was going to leave to
but
go,
not when.
but not when. So actually I remember we were recording, and then after the episode we had planned because we were going to need. Then he calls me before he go home and was like, June, I've just received a call right now that I'm supposed to travel this time and this time. Actually, he was not even sure. So because he didn't have a visa and stuff. So that had also been a challenge, because when he was going, we didn't have like a plan. So now when Anthony leaves, who is going to help us in editing? So that are kind of the production challenges we've
Any specific one with the topics, or that one you had no
with the
challenge?
topics.
Like handling sensitive topics, maybe questions, or yeah.
I really want to thank the guests that we've had so far.
Made the work
We've
easier.
not had like any sensitive conversations. Yeah.
And some of these conversations can get really deep, because I remember we talked about
Yes.
marriage, and
Yeah.
especially if the guest is someone who has experienced such, it means you have to be very sensitive of what you're saying.
Yeah,
Also,
and that's why I don't normally have questions. So my questions come when you're having the conversations. So that way it's easy to know which kind of question to prompt based on how the conversation is going. I don't know if that is professional or not, but when you're having conversation with someone, you're able to know how they're speaking about it, so you know which. Because actually, there is one that I felt I couldn't continue asking this kind of question. The guest was comfortable answering, but how she was answering them, she was becoming emotional, and I was feeling like if we continue,
things.
so I had to like find a different way of continuing the conversation.
Yeah,
Actually,
that could be a challenge.
I've remembered.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
that
was
could
a
be a
challenge, really, because if we went that way, and then tears started,
You
now
don't
I
you don't know
will
what
be
to
the
do.
person that will be crying, not even the guest.
Yeah, that is a question of asked. You don't know whether that is professional or not, and I think that's a freedom we have here. We can try things that we want to try.
Yeah.
There is no
I want to
like
put my legs
code.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, you can put your legs up if you want. You
It's a
in some space.
free space here. You can any.
You mentioned safe space, and one of the guests said that the moment I hear a place is dubbed at safe space, red flag. It's
No, not
never
in
safe.
that
Yeah,
area.
that was on
You
mental
are not.
health.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think enough with challenges and getting deeper into behind the scene. What about impact and audience engagement? I know here you might not have a much to say because, of course, it's about our listeners, and so we would want you to engage so that these questions make sense
Yeah.
next time. But is there good reactions or engagement from your team?
Yes. Actually, I've not gotten any bad reactions. So from the comments, actually, people are like, "You're doing a good job," stuff like that, and also commenting what they think on different, giving their different opinions. So the interactions so far
has
have
been.
been good,
The reason why
good
I'm
and
asking
positive.
this is because we are getting into an era where people are so much polarized based on ideas that you can't even make a joke about the sun without stepping on someone's toes. What I'm asking is, because you have been touching on these sensitive topics, uh, was there
Actually,
yeah,
on the sensitive topics, I've seen the interaction of people like and giving applause to the guests because they're saying that was very brave of you to speak about that.
not like, oh, you're
Yeah, actually,
lying,
yeah, of the sensitive topics that we've did, the comments have been people encouraging the guests. That was so brave coming out like that. Now, whatever you've gone through, nothing can bring you down. Like, yeah, such kind of
and that's
comments.
good. That's
Yeah,
good. That's good.
I've not seen a comment on the sensitive topics of someone.
You can
Yeah,
get someone saying, "Oh, ulikuwa nafikiria nini ukifanya
not yet,
hivyo
not yet,
nini?"
not yet.
And we don't even want to use yet. We just don't want them.
No, I know you need to be ready because I know we'll get there.
We'll
Cause
get there.
yeah,
Any specific trend that you have noticed with the engagement?
trend.
Maybe kitu yenye unaona, okay, followers wa hii podcast, they like doing this, or they like doing that. Not yet. Not yet. Okay. Okay. Well, I think let's look ahead at 2026.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything planned for us that will wow us?
You just be ready.
Let's just
New
be
people
ready.
should like if get me to a lot of subscribers,
Okay.
then you'll see. But a lot has been planned. We're trying to see how we are going to do things differently and have more intriguing and educative and entertainment kind of conversations also. Also, more of outdoor conversations. Yeah, yeah.
We have someone who looks at you and says, I would want to do what she's doing. Any advice for someone who wants to
Do
start
it.
2026?
Do it.
Do it.
Yeah.
What's one goal of the show that you're like, this year, there's a goal?
In terms of impact.
We don't know. Maybe
The Urban Online Show, I want it to be the biggest show that is talking about urban issues in the entirely. Yeah.
yeah.
So when you want to know about urban, especially urban informal settlements, you go to the Urban Online Show. When you want to know about stories of young people on informal settlements, you go to the Urban Online Show. When you want to learn the challenges that people are facing in the informal settlements, you go to the Urban Online Show. So I want it to be the go channel when you want to refer to anything about urban informal settlements, but urban generally, but also urban, because our focus right now is urban informal settlements majorly.
There's this word that has always given us hard time. Is it urbanism or urbanism? Now that depends with your English
Yeah.
teacher, but it simply means a way of life in
Yes,
urban
yes.
centers, and
Yeah.
we'll want to get
Yeah.
deeper into that.
Yeah, so when you want to know anything about urbanism,
Yeah. Good. I think I'm done with my questions. I don't know if
You're
those
done.
listening have more questions, but if you have, drop them in the comments. I will want us to go to the extras. We do a quick rundown
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the questions again, and then
We call it an
we
episode,
call
really.
it an episode. Yeah.
Okay. What, the extra?
Yes.
Who wrote these questions? Let me see. Uh-huh. Okay. Like if people are like, don't mind, I'm sitting. It's a free kind of podcast today. It's okay, right? So the last set of questions that were written here, that now apparently people want to know. Apparently. Ever had a nickname? Yes. Yes. What? Yes, that was the question. If I ever, yes.
Now we want to
There
know.
is no part of which. No, I'm not saying.
Okay.
But people, you can comment the nickname.
Yeah, if you know it.
Yeah, you
please do.
can comment it there. One personal change that you made in 2025. Personal change. Silence.
What do you mean by silence?
You know, I've been a person, okay, I've been a person that when I see, okay, I expect people to do the right thing. Like commonly, when you're remembering the things you're not supposed to do there, when you're supposed to make sure where you are is clean, like things like that. So they used to like disturb me a lot. Like I used to get so much angry when I walk into a room and someone is sitting and the place is dirty. And I get so worked up. Then I realized it's not maybe just their thing. So
common sense is not
yeah,
so
common sense is not common. So the personal change that I have made in 2025 is to let people live the way they want to live and just find a way of finding peace with that is how you live and not how I expect you to be. Yeah.
Okay.
Proudest non-work achievement. You people want to know. No. No, I'm not saying. Proudest. Non-work. No, what does non-work mean?
Your work
Getting
is revolving around informal settlements and podcasts. We don't want about those ones. Something else.
getting back to the field, to the pitch,
Peach. Oh,
to play
you know, you say
badminton.
field, and if you say field, it's like
Football.
working.
No, not field work.
Oh, okay.
Getting back to play badminton. Those who know me, in high school, I used to play badminton really, really hard. Then the last year, I got back. Let me tell you, Maina. Jesus. Yeah.
I hope this year we're getting more,
Yeah, yeah,
more,
yeah,
more of
yeah.
that.
So that was actually there's one that has been there's a pitch that has been made where next to where I stay, so it's going to be easy. So
Good.
that is the proudest.
Would you
Would
do
you relive?
like again if you were to do 2025 again?
Why? Why am I doing it again?
Maybe it was interesting. Maybe you liked it. Maybe there was a lot of achievements, and you feel like,
I'm no,
okay,
I'm not going back to 2025. Because
nice.
2025 it ended badly for me, Lord. The last 30th, 31st, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Hey. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. One habit to break in 2026. One habit. I want to try reduce my phone screen time. Yeah.
Good.
Favorite self-care ritual. Drinking water.
Eating ugali at 6 a.m. Self care.
Drinking water. Actually don't have like I'm a very strange person. I don't have because I remember when I went back to play badminton, the coach was asking me, "What do you do, what do you do to keep fit?" Because he looked at me and he thought I'm physically fit until I got to.
Start jumping around.
So guys, I'm not physically fit, so I don't have like um a very very serious self care. Like now waking up, running. Who am I running from? So it's just drinking water and eating well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Biggest life lesson from hosting. The biggest life lesson is has been to be open minded, because when you're hosting and you're having a guest, and especially when you're having conversations that are personal to them, there are certain conversations that you might not relate to, or you might not have experience to, or you might have experience to, but at the time it's their own conversation. So you should not make them feel like whatever you're saying is strange. So how do you make sure that at that point, whether you have experience, whether what they're saying is something you've never even heard, how do you make them feel like it's yeah, it's not so out of the moon something kind of. So that is has been the biggest lesson throughout hosting, because when you're having conversations, I'm just a girl, a little girl. So there are certain things I've not experienced. Especially when I was having a conversation and the lady was talking about majorly about marriage. There are things because people have actually even me I host, I have a different opinion, human beings, right? But how do I make sure that it doesn't come out to you like what you're saying is not right or is not normal kind of. So how that has been the lesson, because I hear conversations and I'm like, it's either because I've not experienced them, I don't know about them. So how do I make it not seem like this whatever this person is saying is not important? Yeah. Best one to be podcast show. That means like
Is there a podcast or a show out there that you're like, I want to be like those guys? I want youth and I mean, the Urban Online Show should be like that. Yes.
we've been referencing to this podcast. So let me just say it. Diary of a CEO.
Oh, that one. That
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. From the production side of things, that
Yeah.
has always been to go to.
Yeah.
Um,
One word for your future self. Girl,
who answer to girl?
do it.
Do it. Just
Yeah.
do it.
Okay, ready for 2026 adventure. What does that mean? If I'm ready? Yes, I am. Actually, from today, because let me just tell you guys, my first week of 2026, has not been an easy one. A girl almost died. But my 2026 is starting today. Actually, it has, because from then, from 30th, it's when I'm leaving the house. Like, because when I left the house on third, when I was going to the hospital, that. But so my 2026 has started officially today on Friday, um, 9th January. So yes, I'm ready for adventures of 2026 as from today.
Now,
Yeah. Will you host the show forever? Forever. Forever. Yeah, why not? Yes, amongst other things I'm doing. Yeah. Surprise guest I wish for 2026. Really, I wish as hostess at this point.
if they were.
Guys, can you guess who?
And you write them in the comments, so what?
Guess who? Guess who? And you write it. You know. Surprise guest. I don't have a name
Yet. Okay, no
yet.
worries.
Yeah. But you people know who. And if you want to surprise me as a guest, comment. I'll look for you. Nitakuja penye uko.
Ama wetokea tu kwa studio, not bad.
Yeah, na ujui penye studio uko. So we mi ndo ndakutafuta. More intense topic or a mix? I think a mix. A mix, yeah, from the feedback. One word for 2026 theme, greatness.
Nice.
Excited for this year's milestones? Of course I'm excited. You know, we've not achieved it yet, but I'm excited, and I've like written those achievements down, and a girl is ready for them. And you people have to help me achieve them first by subscribing, guys.
Yeah. Now, finally, any shout outs? And then tumalize hii story.
Shout out. Okay, let me read, because there are people that have been like making sure they comment. Like they can't watch without commenting. So first and foremost, ladies, I'm not going to mention. Okay, let me just mention you. He's like been one of the person that comments mostly. Joel with a G. Yeah, he comments. You've seen his comments in almost all the videos that we have. So Joel, continue with that spirit. You owe me that. You know what I'm talking about. No, you don't owe me. Just continue sharing. I'm joking. And also, like, to everyone that has been commented, everyone that has been reading and commenting. So Seda commented sometimes back. Sharon. I mean, everyone that has been watching and commenting. Comments helps us improve the show. Comments, because there are comments that were directly to the guests. So comments also make the guests feel like what they shared was important. So yeah, shout out to people that have been watching and commenting, to you that have not mentioned your name, because nimeona hapa nikiendelea kutaja majina, people will come for me and say, why didn't you mention me? I've been commenting. But it's all of them has been important. So thank you so much, guys. Those are all the questions. Finally, how many? Those are a lot of questions.
But now we know you better.
Yeah, now you know me better. That is me generally. There's nothing.
And that's your 2025.
And that was my 2025. And I hope your 2025 was also a good one. It didn't have to be like a good one, but there are few things that you're grateful for. So we thank God for that. So going forward I said my 2026 has started now today. I hope for more conversations and more of the things you are doing to be successful. And please, this year, let's not watch without subscribing. Surely, sikuwe hivyo. Sindo? Yeah, and that is me, your host, June. The next time you're seeing me, I won't be sitting here, But I need to be sitting here more. Like not being asked questions, but hosting from this end. Yeah. How does it look? Anyway, cut the thing or will. Bye guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share the episode or the podcast.